outsider. I have seen your deepest heart, the heart overwhelmed by all the pain, fear, anger, sorrow that you see around you. I know that as you have wandered through this world, you have been told over and over again that it was not made for you. I see you look on all of the strife that sweeps the land across the globe. The people rising up, using their voices and their actions for a better future. Taking on the powers that be. I know that you long to join them. I know that you have seen beyond the veil, behind that gossamer thin veneer that calls itself reality. You know there is more to this world than what you were told or what you can see. The horrors from beyond this plane have touched you, just as the horrors of man's design have touched you. I have seen you, and I call to you. I welcome you. I say to you, you have a home here. A home where the strange, beautiful rebels of Earth stand shoulder to shoulder against the end of the world. I am Widdershins. I know you, and Widdershins knows its own.
Hi, I'm Jordan L. Hawk, the writer of the Widdershins universe of novels, including the Wyborn and Griffin series and the Wrath and Ruin series.
My name is Sarah Kennedy, and I'm one of the designers for Widdershins, the role-playing game. I am incredibly excited to show you what we've been working on for the past year.
My name is Shane A. Matheson, and I am the line developer and art director of Widdershins, the role-playing game.
Widdershins, the role-playing game is a system made to help you and your party explore the story that you love.
Widdershins, the RPG, is a tabletop role-playing game that's narrative-driven. You can play it just as easily around the table as you can with Discord or Zoom.
Widdershins, the role-playing game, is more than just a game set in the universe created by Jordan Hawk. We wanted to create a game that does not just emulate the setting, but also provides you with your own tools to tell your stories within it.
Although fans have been able to find ways to adapt systems to allow them to explore Widdershins, this one has been designed to cater to the uniqueness of our favorite Lovecraftian romance setting.
It's superficially pretty similar to what role-playing gamers would think of as the Lovecraft mythos, something like Call of Cthulhu. You play an investigator looking into cosmic horrors.
It is a game of solving mysteries, exploring the unknown, and working together to solve these mysteries with your closest companions.
Widdershins, the role-playing game, is a system where players really work together to craft a story. You're not just rolling dice, you're cooperating to create a narrative and really an experience together.
The system was designed for storytelling and for players to be able to pick it up quickly while also not penalizing those who may not be that great at solving mysteries. In Widdershins, every step you take towards advancing the plot is rewarded, and the system is designed to help encourage players to work together.
Working on Widdershins, the role-playing game, has been pretty surreal. Shane introduced me to the Widdershins series a few years ago, and I read it and I was like, this is fantastic! So to just go from that place of like just pure fangirlish glee to be able to work on the license and to work with Jordan to create a tabletop role-playing game, which is another thing that I love. It's been pretty amazing. It's been a lot of work, but it's been amazing work.
Getting to adapt Widdershins to role-playing game has really been a dream come true. I've always wanted to adapt a property that I really, really, really care for. And Not just that, but just getting to work with this particular team has been amazing. Everything we do when we sit down, it just flows because I think we're all sort of on the same wavelength, and there's really a genuine and pervasive sense of respect and love that sort of fills the room when we get to work together, even if it's sort of a long distance room.
It's been absolutely enormous fun as an author to watch this game come into shape. The creative team has just done absolutely amazing work.
Designing this game has been so much fun because I get to work with talented game designers such as Shane and Jade, who brought not only their enthusiasm but their skill with developing game systems and mechanics to the table. Without them, this system would not be as friendly or as epic without their work on developing it.
Sarah Kennedy is not just a phenomenal game designer, but maybe like the sweetest, most genuine person that I've met in this industry. Of course, there are a lot of very wonderful people, but she is really the cream of the crop. I don't think I've ever had a work experience this good, because working with her is just, it feels so natural. It's so lovely to be able to bounce ideas back and forth off of her, and the systems that she's come up with are just incredible.
This is my first time working with Sarah, and the process has been pretty great. She's very creative, flexible, and considerate with her work.
Tatiana is incredible. She has GM'd and run so many different systems that she's seen so many more than I have, and she can really take that eclectic knowledge and bring it all in and sort of help guide the project in a way, especially with a GM's eye, because I will admit to not being a GM, more or less. She's very good at it, and getting her sort of input on not just like what the kids, because she's the youngest member of our team, so she does bring that fresh perspective. So what are the kids playing? What are the kids enjoying these days? But also just what's fun to run.
Shane has been a great project lead. His enthusiasm is very infectious and is one of the main driving forces behind us being here. Watching the both of them engineer and fine-tune the mechanics of the system into what it is today has been an amazing process.
Sarah, Tatiana, and Shane have really designed this flexible system that is also incredibly fun to play. It has a great storyline, and I'm really just amazed and in awe at how well crafted this game is.
It was also a pleasure to work with Jordan and get the chance to not only explore more of his series, but to also work with him to make sure that everyone can enjoy it.
And it was pretty nerve-wracking, but Jordan has made the whole thing so fun, so easy. I love working with him.
Working with Jordan's been pretty great. He's been very hands-on with the process and dedicated to working with us to create something that's going to entertain all his fans. It's always really great to get to work with a creator who's genuinely willing to put in the work to invest in something that his fans are going to enjoy.
As a fan, it was a delight for me to be able to learn some of the secrets about the Widdershins setting and being able to help bring one of my favorite series to gamers everywhere.
It's been really enjoyable working with a team that's not only focused on creating a game where everyone's going to have fun, but is also dedicated to creating a system where everyone feels comfortable at the table and in the setting. That's part of having fun, you know?
When we set out to create a game like Widdershins, we also wanted to create a system that is friendly for gamers of all experience levels, whether you are brand new to gaming or you've been gaming for many years.
I'm excited about this project because it's a whole new world of storytelling within the Widdershins universe, and I just cannot wait to see what kind of creative ideas people come up and what they do with it.
I discovered Widdershins and Wyborn and Griffin during a very difficult period of my life, and on top of that, it was 2016 when I discovered these books after the November election. And I was really taken first with just how much heart and love and feeling there really was in the series, that you could tell that every person on the page was a fleshed out human being. And it takes a lot of care to do something like that as an author. even for just your villains or the characters that maybe you don't think are of as main characters, everything seemed very real and realized. And not just that, it gave me, as I read it, something powerful. It gave me sort of the ability to look at my circumstances and myself and rejoice in what was strange and unique about me and figure out a way to love those parts of me, which in turn gave me the ability to find a way forward through this difficult place that I was in and overcome what I thought were impossible odds.
The Widdershins novels are really stories about hope, about marginalized people coming together, not just to defeat the big bad, but to create a better world for everyone. And this RPG is going to let people tell their own stories of hope, or, also stories of Eldritch Terror, if that's what you prefer.
Honestly, we've put so much work into creating a system that does the setting justice and that all the fans will enjoy, and I think we have. I think we've made something that anybody can pick up and have a blast with, whether you're new to Widdershins or just coming home.
My hope for this project, my big hope, is that exposing more people to Widdershins can give them the strength that this town, these characters, gave me, because it was so needed. And I can't think of a time when we need it more.
My hope is that we can bring the fun, the excitement, and the sense of venturing into the unknown that the protagonists of the Wyborn and Griffin series face to your gaming table. It is my hope that everyone who sits down to play not only has a fun time, but can feel that they belong in both the setting and the game. The inclusivity of the Widdershins series has also been heartwarming and welcoming to me over the years, and we hope that the same spirit comes through in the role-playing game. This sense of camaraderie is sorely needed right now because it provides everyone a chance to be the hero.
My hope for the game is to really give players who've been left behind by mainstream gaming companies a chance to craft the stories that they want to tell, the narratives that include them.
I hope that no one feels like their character does not matter in the game, and players of every experience level will have the chance to sit back, have fun, and follow the plots of sinister cults and eldritch beings.
I just really hope everyone likes it as much as we do.
I think this project is so important, and it's so important that if I weren't making it, I would be really hoping that someone else was, because what I think is most really crucial about Widdershins, about Wyborn and Griffin and Wrath and Rune, is that it plays with the idea of the Lovecraft mythos that we are all insignificant, that there are some things in this world that we cannot overcome, that don't care about us or our feelings or our lives or our individuality. Widdershins takes that and it turns it on its head. And there's no better time for that thought, that notion to be usurped, I think.
Please back this project right now.
Please back this project now.
Please back this project and help us design the best game that this series deserves.
Please back this project right now so that we can give you the best version of it that we possibly can. Our design team is incredibly hardworking, and it's important to me that they're compensated correctly. So a lot of our funding will be going into paying our personnel a living wage, and we hope taking on an even more diverse team of creators in the future. Also, a lot of this funding is going to be going toward the expensive costs of color printing and hardcover books. Finally, we really hope that we'll be able to not just make one amazing role-playing game for you, but a supported brand that carries on into the future. So remember, in blood and spirit, breath and bone,
Widdershins knows its own.
Widdershins knows its own.
Widdershins knows its own. Welcome home.